Jake Tapper at the White House and Christian Amanpour, anchor of This Week, about those things. Christian, let's start with Gaddafi. Defiance again tonight. Has any nation given him an exit possibility, something he might accept?
Well, there's certainly been negotiations even before all this started, before the no-fly zone, to try to get him to step aside, but he's refused. One of the complicating issues is that his possible war crimes have already been referred to the International Criminal Court, and that basically leaves him no way out, beyond that fact that he's always said, I will not leave.
But, Jake, limited intentions can lead to long wars, as we know. What is the White House saying about an exit strategy, a firm exit strategy?
Well, President Obama told congressional leaders yesterday that the kinetic activity that the U.S. is involved in, the fighting, will be a matter of days, not weeks. Then, as Martha reported, the U.S. will come back to a support role for other countries to enforce that no-fly zone. So they do not envision a long-term military commitment, just rather a long-term, perhaps, support role in this operation.
And, Jake, what have you learned about the trigger for this action now? It seemed to happen very quickly once they switched positions.
On Tuesday, two things happened that changed President Obama's mind. One, he got intelligence from the front indicating that Gaddafi's forces were not retreating. They were going to go and show no mercy, as Gaddafi put it, on the citizens of Benghazi. And he said, what we're doing, the diplomatic efforts, are not working. Then, two, Secretary of State Hillary Clinton told him that Arab countries were willing to step up and provide a military role, the UAE and Qatar, and that changed things. That was the tipping point for the president.
So, Christian, how much does that change things around the world with the U.S. now involved in military action in a third Muslim country?
Well, interestingly and unusually, this one has been led by the French and the British. In fact, the United States was brought to this because of the forward action of the French. And what's happening is they're saying that we cannot sit back and watch these people being slaughtered, and trying to send a message that now that these democratic uprisings are going on in that part of the world, the West has to be on the side of the people, and President Obama repeated that in his speech tonight.
Always volatile, though, as we know. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Jake. And a reminder that Christian will have much more on this tomorrow morning on ABC's This Week.